Hello again. Okay, so today we're talking about the midpoint formula. That's what we're going to be learning today. The standard, even though you don't care, is G.GPE.6. And by the end of this video, you should be able to make the statement, I can find the midpoint of a line segment. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump in. So I have given you a line segment on a coordinate plane of points -4, -1, and 3, 4. Is this a true line segment? Yes. Does it have a true starting and stopping point? Perfect. So what we're trying to do is find the midpoint, which is probably somewhere like right in there somewhere, but who knows. So let's get to work. I'm going to tell you what the formula is, and then we're going to plug and chug and see if we can figure this thing out. The formula makes sense. It's a midpoint, so it's going to have an x and a y. So let's pretend we have this giant x and a giant y. Well, to find this, we're going to take the average of the x1 and x2 and the average of y1 and y2. So how do you do an average? Well, you add all the things up and divide by the number that you have. Well, I have 2 points, so I'm always going to divide by 2. So let's go ahead and fix that, divide by 2. And for the x's, we're going to use the x points. So here's x1, y1, and x2 and y2. So I'm going to add my x's. So let's do x1 plus x2. And for my y's, I'll do y1 plus y2. And since I have 2 points and I'm finding the average, I divide by 2. Perfect. So let's plug in. x2 is 3. x1 is -4. So let's add them together. -4 plus 3. This is x1 plus x2 equals -1. And what do I do with that? I divide it by 2. So my x coordinate is, let's find green. Let's do green. Hopefully this one works. My x coordinate is -1/2. Okay, let's find the y. So I'm going to do y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Let's do this in black so you don't get confused. So we'll do it right here. y2 plus y1 divided by 2. y2 is 4 plus y1. y1 is -1 divided by 2. Okay, fantastic. So what is 4 plus -1? 4 plus -1 is 3, and I'm dividing by 2. And over here I got -1/2. Now let's see if that point makes sense. -1/2, 3/2. One of these is decimals. Yes, I do have this on my head. They are -0.5 and 1.5. -1/2, +1/2. Let's plot that point. -1/2, wow, we were right on. +1/2. So -1/2, +1/2. You happy? I'm happy. So now we have found the midpoint. Let's try and do it with another one. So I'm going to erase all this junk. Remember your answer was -1/2, 1/2. So today's code word, touchdown! Okay, so let's say for this example we do some weird points that don't really make sense. Let's do a vertical line. So let's say it starts here at 1, 2, 3, -1, 2, 3. At 3, -3. And goes straight up to here. Wow, that's terrible. But pretend it's straight. Which would be 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 5. Okay? Now, we can measure that, right? We know that this line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections long. And the midway point would be halfway, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that the midpoint is 3, 1. That's that point, right? Now let's make sure that our formula still works. So let's do, it is x1 plus x2. x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So x1, doesn't matter which one is which. X1 plus x2 would be 3 plus 3 divided by 2. And then my y's would be negative 3 plus 5. Divided by 2. Let's make sure that works. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2. Divided by 2 is 1. Did we get the same answer? Why, yes, we did. Awesome. So, midpoint formula. Don't forget your code word. Don't forget any weird thing I did during this video. Sounds good, and we'll see you tomorrow.